Have you ever woken up feeling sluggish, almost like you're wading through mud, even after what you thought was a full night's sleep? Especially if you're enjoying your golden years, your very own bedroom might be the unexpected culprit, quietly impacting your well-being without you even suspecting a thing. There are actually 5 sneaky elements lurking in your bedroom right now that could be disrupting your sleep, potentially impacting your health, and maybe even placing you at risk for some serious health issues. And the thing is, most people just never consider getting rid of them. Stick with me until the end, because by the time we're done, you'll have discovered exactly what these hidden sleep saboteurs are and, more importantly, how to transform your bedroom into the restful haven it's truly meant to be, so you can feel revitalized every single day. Think of it as a personal wellness retreat, right in your own home. Before we dive in, if you find this information helpful, be sure to engage and share it, allowing us to continue to explore topics that are important to you. Now, let's jump right in. First up, number 5, old pillows. Let's really examine something you probably don't give a lot of thought to, but you use every single night: your pillow. It's that faithful companion you rest your head on, night in and night out, often without so much as a second glance. But before you just brush this off and say, "Oh, my pillow's fine. It's been with me forever," let me describe a scenario. If your pillow is more than 2 years old, and let's be honest, many of us hold onto them way longer than that, it's likely become a thriving metropolis for some pretty unpleasant stuff. We're talking about dust mites, bacteria, sweat dead skin cells, and, in some cases, even mold. Yet, that soft, cozy thing you snuggle up to might actually be a miniature petri dish of allergens and irritants. And the worst part? You're pressing your face into it and inhaling all of that for hours every single night. Think about how you feel when you wake up. Do you ever notice yourself feeling congested, stuffy, or with a slight scratch in your throat that you can't quite put your finger on? Maybe you attribute it to a cold, the changing weather, or just plain bad luck. But what if it's not any of those things? What if that old pillow is the sneaky instigator behind those symptoms, quietly triggering allergies or irritations while you sleep? Dust mites, those microscopic critters that flourish in warm, humid environments, absolutely adore pillows. They feast on the tiny flakes of dead skin that you naturally shed while you snooze. And it's not the mites themselves that cause the trouble, it's their waste. That's right. Their microscopic droppings are a major allergen responsible for symptoms like sneezing, a runny nose, itchy or watery eyes, and that hazy, groggy feeling like you didn't get a truly restful night's sleep. Take, for example, a woman named Sarah who for months woke up with a persistent stuffy nose. She tried everything from nasal sprays to allergy medication, but nothing seemed to work. It wasn't until she finally replaced her 5-year-old pillow that her symptoms vanished almost overnight. But allergies are just the starting point. Let's talk about your skin for a moment. Your pillow spends hours pressed against your face, absorbing sweat, oils, and bacteria night after night. Then, the very next night, you lay your freshly washed face right back onto that same grimy surface. If you've been struggling with unexplained breakouts, redness, or irritation that your skincare routine just can't seem to fix, your pillow might be the secret saboteur undermining all your efforts. It's like a vicious cycle. Your skin deposits oils and bacteria onto the pillow, and then the pillow smears it right back onto your face the next night. Over time, this buildup can clog pores and leave your complexion looking worse for wear. Now, here's where it gets even more unsettling. If you live in a humid climate, or if you're someone who tends to perspire a lot while you sleep, your pillow could be harboring an even nastier surprise: mold. That damp, warm environment inside an old pillow is a perfect incubator for mold spores. And here's the kicker: you might not even see it. It could be lurking deep within the filling, silently releasing spores into the air you breathe night after night. That exposure can do more than just stuff up your nose. It might leave you feeling foggy and fatigued, or even spark respiratory problems like wheezing or shortness of breath. Studies have shown that prolonged mold exposure can negatively impact your focus, your energy levels, and your overall health, all while you're blissfully unaware of the source. Consider the case of John, who started experiencing unexplained fatigue and shortness of breath. Doctors initially suspected a heart condition, but after extensive testing, they found no physical cause. It wasn't until a home inspection revealed a mold infestation in his bedroom, particularly in his old pillows, that the mystery was solved. So, what's the solution? If your pillow has been around for more than 2 years, it's time to say goodbye. I get it, it's hard to part with something that feels like a key piece of your sleep ritual. Maybe it's perfectly molded to your head, or you've got some sentimental attachment to it, but trust me, your health is worth more than that nostalgia. Replace it with a fresh one. And while you're shopping, consider investing in a hypoallergenic pillow designed to resist dust mites, bacteria, and mold. These pillows are often made with materials like memory foam or synthetic fibers that don't provide the cozy buffet that dust mites crave. If you're not quite ready to toss your old faithful just yet, at least take some defensive measures. Grab a zippered, allergen-proof pillow cover and wash it in your pillowcase weekly in hot water to keep the gunk at bay. This small upgrade could transform your sleep quality, clear up your skin, and banish those pesky allergy symptoms. Start with your pillow. It's a simple fix with a massive payoff. You'll wake up wondering why you didn't do it sooner. If you're finding this video helpful and want to show your support, please engage and share it, which allows us to continue exploring topics that are important to you. Now, let's move forward. Item number 4, clutter under your bed. Let's shift gears and talk about something else you might not give much thought to, the space under your bed. It's so tempting to treat it like a hidden storage jackpot, out of sight, out of mind, right? You shove boxes, old clothes, random odds and ends under there, and it feels like a genius way to keep your room tidy. But here's the harsh truth, that clutter is secretly sabotaging your sleep, your air quality, and even your peace of mind, and you might not even realize it's happening. Picture this, how often do you clean under your bed? If you're like most people, it's probably a rare event, maybe once a year when you're feeling extra motivated. In the meantime, that neglected space becomes a haven for dust, bacteria, allergens, and, in damp conditions, even mold. And guess what? Every night as you drift off to dreamland, you're breathing in whatever's festering down there. Let's break it down. Dust mites, those tiny pests we mentioned earlier, thrive in dark, undisturbed places like the underside of your bed. They munch on the dead skin cells you shit while you sleep, and their waste, yep, we're back to that, floats up into the air you breathe. If you wake up with a runny nose, a dry throat, itchy eyes, or a sneezing fit, you might not be fighting off a cold, you could just be reacting to the allergen party happening beneath you. It's not just the mites either. Piles of stuff under your bed trap dust bunnies, pet hair, if you've got furry roommates, and all sorts of debris that kick up into the air every time you shift in bed or fluff your blankets. Over time, this can turn your bedroom into a low-grade allergy zone, leaving you feeling stuffy and unrested. But it's not just about allergens, there's an air quality issue here too. Your bedroom needs good airflow to stay fresh and healthy. When you pack the space under your bed with storage bins, forgotten shoes, or the guitar case you haven't touched in years, you're choking off that circulation. The air gets trapped, stale and musty, and instead of breathing crisp, clean oxygen all night, you're inhaling recycled, stagnant air. Ever wake up feeling groggy or heavy-headed, even after 8 solid hours of sleep? Poor ventilation could be stealing your morning energy. A bedroom with stagnant air doesn't just feel stuffy, it can subtly drag down your mood and mental clarity, leaving you less refreshed than you deserve. Here's something else to chew on. Clutter isn't just a physical problem, it's an energetic one. Have you ever walked into a chaotic, messy room and instantly felt tense or overwhelmed? Your brain picks up on disorder, even if you're not consciously clocking it. Some sleep experts, and even folks who study energy flow, argue that junk under your bed creates a subtle sense of unrest. It's like your subconscious knows the space isn't truly calm or clear, and that can translate into fitful sleep, weird dreams, or a nagging feeling that you're not fully relaxed. Whether you buy into the woo-woo side of it or not, there's something intuitive about the idea that a cluttered environment might mess with your ability to fully unwind. Take the example of Maria, who always felt a sense of unease in her bedroom. She couldn't quite put her finger on it, but she never felt truly relaxed, even after a long day. After decluttering under her bed, she reported feeling a noticeable shift in the room's atmosphere. She slept more soundly and woke up feeling more at peace. So, what's the fix? Take a moment right now, if you can, and peek under your bed. What do you see? A jumble of boxes, a graveyard of old clothes, a random assortment of stuff you forgot you even owned. If it's anything less than pristine, it's time to take action. Start by clearing it all out. Drag everything into the light, sort through it, and decide what's worth keeping. Ideally, the space under your bed should be empty, letting air flow freely and giving dust no place to hide. If you need that storage, opt for clean, airtight containers that keep things sealed and organized, no loose bags or piles. Once it's clear, grab a vacuum and give the area a thorough once-over to suck up any lingering dust or debris. Then sleep on it, literally. Try one night with a clutter-free, airy space under your bed and pay attention to how you feel in the morning. Chances are you'll notice a difference, lighter, clearer, more rested. Don't just take my word for it, give it a shot and let the results speak for themselves. Your sleep deserves it. Item number 3, scented candles and air fresheners. Let's be honest, who doesn't enjoy stepping into a bedroom that smells like a dreamy blend of fresh linen, warm vanilla, or soothing lavender? There's an undeniable comfort in surrounding yourself with a pleasant fragrance. It can make your space feel cozy, inviting, and even luxurious. Picture this: after a long day, you light a scented candle, the soft glow flickering as the scent fills the air, or you spritz an air freshener to banish any lingering odors. It's a small ritual that feels like self-care. But here's the part no one talks about. What if those delightful scents are secretly sabotaging your sleep and health? It might sound surprising, but those scented candles and air fresheners could be doing far more harm than good, and you might not even notice until the damage is already done. Think about what happens when you use these products in your bedroom. You're not just enjoying a fleeting whiff of fragrance, you're breathing in the scents for hours, especially while you sleep, when your body is supposed to be resting and recovering. Most scented candles and air fresheners aren't made with pure, natural ingredients. They are loaded with synthetic chemicals designed to mimic those lovely smells. These aren't harmless little aroma molecules that vanish into the air once the scent fades. Instead, they linger, hanging in the air you breathe, settling into your pillows, your blankets, your mattress, and even seeping into the fibers of your curtains and the paint on your walls. Night after night, you're exposing yourself to a cocktail of artificial compounds, and over time, that exposure can take a toll. Have you ever woken up with a nagging headache, a dry, scratchy throat, or a stuffy nose you couldn't quite explain? Maybe you chalked it up to seasonal allergies, a cold, or just a bad night's sleep. But what if the real culprit is sitting right there on your nightstand or plugged into the wall? Many of these products release something called volatile organic compounds, VOCs for short. Don't let the jargon scare you. All you need to know is that VOCs are chemicals that evaporate into the air, and they're not exactly friendly to your body. They can irritate your lungs, inflame your sinuses, and even throw your hormones out of whack with prolonged exposure. If you've got asthma, allergies, or any respiratory sensitivity, these compounds can hit you even harder, turning your bedroom into a sneaky trigger zone. And here's the real kicker: even after you blow out the candle or stop spraying that air freshener, the chemicals don't just disappear, they cling to every surface in your room, your bedding, your carpet, your furniture, meaning you're still inhaling them long after the scent has faded from your awareness. The consequences creep up slowly. Night after night, your body is exposed to these low-level toxins while you're in your most vulnerable state, sleeping. Instead of waking up refreshed and recharged, you might find yourself feeling groggy, foggy-headed, or just off, and you might not even connect the dots to that innocent-looking candle or air freshener. Consider the story of Emily, who loved to fill her bedroom with the scent of vanilla candles. Over time, she began experiencing frequent headaches and respiratory irritation. After switching to natural beeswax candles scented with essential oils, her symptoms gradually subsided. So, does this mean you have to give up the joy of a beautifully scented bedroom? Not at all. You just need to rethink your approach and make smarter, healthier choices. Let's talk solutions. If you're hooked on air fresheners, consider swapping the synthetic sprays and plug-ins for a diffuser with pure essential oils. Oils like lavender, eucalyptus, and peppermint don't just smell amazing, they come with real benefits. Lavender can calm your mind and ease you into sleep, eucalyptus can clear your airways, and peppermint can lift your spirit. Unlike chemical-laden air fresheners, essential oils are natural and would flood your room with VOCs. If candles are your thing, ditch the cheap paraffin-based ones pumped full of artificial fragrances. Instead, opt for natural alternatives like beeswax or soy candles scented with essential oils. These burn cleaner, release fewer toxins, and still give you that cozy, aromatic vibe without the hidden health risks. Here's a bonus tip most people overlook: bring some greenery into your bedroom. Indoor plants like aloe vera, snake plants, and peace lilies are more than just pretty decor, they're natural air purifiers. These plants actively filter out toxins, even some pesky VOCs, and release oxygen, leaving your room fresher and cleaner. Unlike artificial fresheners that mask odors with chemicals, plants tackle the root of the problem, improving air quality while adding a subtle, natural scent. Imagine waking up to air that feels crisp and pure instead of heavy and chemical-laden. It's a game changer for your sleep and your overall well-being. So, here's your action plan. Take a good, hard look around your bedroom tonight. Spot any scented candles, plug-in air fresheners, or spray cans. Check the labels. If you see words like artificial fragrance, parfum, or a laundry list of unpronounceable chemicals, it's time to rethink your setup. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary, a place where your body can rest, heal, and recharge, not a breeding ground for hidden toxins. Start small. Replace one item with a natural alternative like a diffuser or a plant. Give it a week and pay attention to how you feel when you wake up. You might be amazed at the difference: better sleep, clearer breathing, and a fresher start to your day. Trust me, once you ditch the chemical culprits, you'll wonder why you didn't do it sooner. If you are enjoying the insights we are sharing, engage and share this video to show your support and allow us to continue exploring topics that are important to you. Now let's move forward to item number 2, heavy, dark curtains. Okay, I get it, heavy, dark curtains sound like a sleep saver. Those thick, blackout drapes that plunge your room into total darkness, they're practically marketed as the ultimate solution for a perfect night's rest. The logic makes sense: block out every sliver of street light, moonlight, or early morning sun, and you'll drift off into uninterrupted slumber. It's a tempting promise, especially if you live in a bright, busy area or work odd hours. But here's the catch: what if those heavy, dark curtains are working against you? Instead of helping you wake up refreshed, they might be leaving you feeling more tired, groggy, and out of sync than ever. Let's break it down and figure out why. Your body isn't just a machine that switches off when the lights go out. It's a finely tuned system that relies on natural cues to function properly. One of the biggest players in that system is morning sunlight. When those first rays hit your eyes, even through closed lids, they send a signal to your brain to stop producing melatonin, the hormone that keeps you sleepy, and ramp up serotonin, the feel-good chemical that boosts your energy, sharpens your focus, and lifts your mood. It's nature's way of saying, hey, it's time to wake up and tackle the day. But when your room is cocooned in pitch black darkness, thanks to those heavy curtains, that signal never arrives. Your body stays stuck in sleep mode, even after 8 or 9 hours of rest. Ever wonder why you wake up feeling like you could sleep another 3 hours, even though the clock says you shouldn't? That's your internal clock begging for a little sunshine to kickstart your day. And it's not just about oversleeping. Have you ever noticed how easy it is to lose track of time in a completely dark room? Without that gradual light cue, your circadian rhythm, the 24-hour cycle that governs sleep and wakefulness, gets thrown off balance. You might sleep longer than you intended, but instead of feeling rested, you wake up sluggish, disoriented, or even a bit grumpy. That's because your body didn't get the memo that it's morning. Over time, this can turn into a vicious cycle. You feel tired all day, so you rely on the blackout curtains to fix your sleep, but they just keep your rhythm out of work. But wait, there's more. Heavy curtains don't just block light, they block airflow too. Picture those thick, floor-length drapes hanging motionless over your windows. They trap stale air in your room, cutting off circulation and letting dust, allergens, and humidity build up. Ever wake up with a stuffy nose, a foggy head, or that "I didn't sleep well" feeling, even though you technically got enough hours? It might not be your pillow or your mattress, it could be the air quality. Poor ventilation turns your bedroom into a stagnant, stuffy box, and that can drag your energy down all day long. If you've got allergies or sensitive lungs, the trapped dust and moisture only make it worse, leaving you congested and uncomfortable. Here's another angle you might not have considered: too much darkness can mess with your mood. Natural light isn't just a wake-up call, it's a natural mood booster. That certain spike from sunlight doesn't just make you alert, it helps you feel happier, more motivated, and ready to take on whatever's ahead. But if your heavy curtains keep your room in perpetual night, you're missing out on that daily dose of brightness. Ever find yourself feeling low, unmotivated, or just blah for no obvious reason? It could be that your bedroom's darkness is quietly draining your mental energy, leaving you stuck in a funk you can't quite shake. Take the case of Robert, who worked nights and relied on blackout curtains to sleep during the day. While he initially found them helpful, he soon noticed a decline in his mood and energy levels. After switching to lighter curtains and making a point to spend time outdoors during his waking hours, he experienced a significant improvement in his overall well-being. So, what's the solution? You don't have to ditch curtains entirely. Privacy and a good night's sleep still matter. The trick is finding a balance that works with your body, not against it. Swap those heavy, light-proof blackout curtains for something lighter and more breathable, like light-filtering curtains made from natural fabrics like cotton or linen. These still block enough light at night to keep your sleep undisturbed, but they let in that crucial morning glow to wake you up naturally. If you're not ready to replace your curtains, here's a simple fix: make it a habit to fling them open as soon as you wake up. Let the sunlight flood in, crack a window if you can, and give your room and your body a burst of fresh air and energy. Try this for a few days and watch what happens. You might notice your mornings feel less like a slog and more like a fresh start. Your body will thank you with better energy, a clearer head, and maybe even a brighter mood. It's not about abandoning what works for you. It's about tweaking it so your bedroom supports your health, not just your sleep schedule. Give it a shot and see how much more alive you feel when you wake up to a room that's working with you, not against you. If you're finding this information valuable, engage and share this video to show your support and allow us to continue exploring topics that are important to you. Now, let's move forward to item number 1, electronic devices, especially your phone. I understand that what I'm about to say might be difficult to accept, especially if you're someone who keeps your phone within arm's reach at all times, most notably when you're in bed. It's a habit that's hard to break, and I completely get why. Your phone has likely become an extension of your daily routine. It's probably the very first thing you reach for when you open your eyes in the morning, bleary-eyed and still half asleep, and it's the last glowing screen you gaze at before reluctantly closing your eyes at night. Perhaps you've even caught yourself in that all too familiar cycle. You promise yourself you'll just check one quick thing, maybe a text, a social media update, or an email, and before you know it, an hour has slipped by and you're still scrolling. Does that sound like a scene from your life? If so, you're not alone. But here's the harsh reality you might not want to face. Your phone, as convenient and indispensable as it seems, is quietly sabotaging your sleep in ways you may not even be fully aware of. Let's break it down. Your brain is wired to follow a natural rhythm, one that's been fine-tuned over millennia to sync with the rising and setting of the sun. It relies on cues from light to regulate your internal clock, telling you when it's time to wind down for the night and when it's time to wake up and tackle the day. But when you're staring at your phone screen right before bed, something disruptive happens. That bright, artificial blue light streaming from your device isn't just illuminating your face, it's sending a signal to your brain that mimics daylight. This tricks your mind into thinking it's still the middle of the afternoon, even if the clock says midnight. What's the consequence? Your body slows down, or even halts, its production of melatonin, the crucial hormone responsible for making you feel drowsy and ready for rest. Instead of gently easing into sleep mode, your brain stays wired, buzzing with alertness at the time when it should be powering down. Have you ever lain in bed exhausted from a long day, yet found yourself inexplicably unable to drift off? You toss and turn, your body begging for rest, but your mind just won't cooperate. That's not a coincidence, it's your phone throwing your sleep cycle into chaos. The damage doesn't stop there, either. Even if you manage to fall asleep after your late night screen time, your phone continues to work against you in subtle but significant ways. Think about those little interruptions, the faint buzz of a notification, the chime of a text message, or even your half-conscious impulse to roll over and check the time. Each of these moments, however brief, ant you out of the deeper stages of sleep, those restorative phases your body and mind desperately need to recharge. You might not fully wake up, but your sleep quality takes a hit nonetheless. The result? You drag yourself out of bed in the morning, having clocked a seemingly solid 8 hours, yet you feel groggy, unfocused, and inexplicably drained. That's because your phone didn't just keep you company, it robbed you of the deep, uninterrupted slumber your body craves. Consider the case of David, who struggled with insomnia for years. He would spend hours scrolling through his phone in bed, hoping it would tire him out. After implementing a strict no phone in the bedroom rule, he noticed a dramatic improvement in his sleep quality. He fell asleep faster, slept more soundly, and woke up feeling more refreshed. So, as tough as it might be to hear, it's time to rethink that bedside phone habit. It's not just about willpower, it's about giving your brain and body the chance to rest the way nature intended. Your sleep and your sanity will thank you. And there you have it, 5 surprising things that could be sabotaging your bedroom and your health, especially if you're enjoying your golden years. Your bedroom should be a place of rest, healing, and peace, and now you know how to make that happen. So, what have you learned so far? I'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts, and consider engaging and sharing this video to show your support and allow us to continue exploring topics that are important to you. Maybe it's swapping out that old pillow, clearing the clutter under your bed, or ditching your phone at bedtime. What's your next step?